hello all and one. Oh, fuck. I want to make something different and talk about sort of what. That's weird. My chair's a bit weird. Yeah, I want to talk about my dreams and like why I can't exactly reach them at the moment. I don't know how to start this really. Let's just say I'm going through my sort of back catalogue of like sort of various sort of art ideas and stuff. And this is sort of mostly relating to artists, a bit of music as well. I was thinking of making an animated series, and obviously that's not something easy done. I've been trying to sort of develop ways to sort of make it easier, somehow. Actually, I had an idea earlier, which I'll write down now. So, AVIs should be what it is. I think this is my style. I think I found the style I want to go for. I'm not going to be super detailed, but I think it'll be good if I ever get onto this sort of series. And this idea came around years ago, actually. Not years ago, a few years ago, when I was sort of doing all my sort of debating and reconsidering stuff and like thinking. I used to just think a lot non-stop, and there wasn't really anything that can stop that, other than a strong focus. But the idea came along, I wanted to change the world for the better. And there wasn't really any other better way of doing that other than making an animated series where I start off sort of chill and tame, in a sense. Not that there's any malicious intent in it, I don't think there is anything. But what I mean is, I start off that way people can get drawn into the content, and it will attract the people who are supposedly offended or even disagree with it, but really I'm open-minded, so I can take that. But I'll start doing that, and then I'll make really serious stuff. So, just to name some of the ideas I have for this sort of animated series thing. Enemy of change is closed-mindedness. That's a piece of advice I've given myself and other people. It's to say that sometimes good change is often stopped by closed-mindedness. It's very common. It's pretty much everywhere. War in 2023, controversial one I said a year ago. It's a child's game, pretty much. Like, adults talk it out, and children fight. It's as simple as that, really. You know, all this shit going on with like Russia, Ukraine, Palestine, Israel, whatever. I'm not up to date on it, but I know from like an outsider's perspective and learning from history, there's really no good reason for all that war. It's quite pathetic, really. And yeah, I could be very well shot for that. I don't care. I've said my part. I try to do better for the world and better by the world, for that matter. What more? Yeah, it's like, I addressed this sort of comment about toxic masculinity and stuff. Like, people say, be a man. I sometimes get that, and I just say, like, no, I'll be myself. And that's pretty good advice, to be honest, for anyone. Because it's important that people really sort of stay true to themselves. Basically, not go out of the way to sort of listen to people exactly, but I mean, the people who have no good intent. Because when I see people saying, like, be a man or those and womanly, sit here thinking, like, that's a fucking stereotype, for starters. And really, people who are closed-minded again, so it sort of feeds into each other, all this advice. But yeah, closed-mindedness is causing people to sort of feel that that's an attack. to be different. In reality, it's not. And there's also so much shit about misunderstandings, but this isn't even the fucking short bit of it. I don't know what you call it. Like, this is only a portion of what I have. There's like 20 different ideas here, and then I thought of combining it with a fictional world series I'm planning to make with like characters that will stick around. And I think that'll be really good, to be honest. I think that'll be a good series because the thing that I see commonly in animated shows and stuff they fail to really do, even in the ones that are considered good, like Gravity Falls, for example, even though it actually does have good characters, but they just fail at making personalities that either relate to people or make them interested, intrigued, or even just entertained. That's a really common thing I notice, and when I look back on The Simpsons, it's like, wow, it's a night and day difference. Like, also comparing like classic Simpsons to modern, you just see that. That's one of the things missing from current Simpsons, even now when it's better than ever. Particularly, which I haven't watched it for a while, so there's probably more episodes there. I've been watching The Sopranos at the moment, but it hasn't. Oh, that's interesting. Anyway, but I'm not sure what to name the series, so that's one thing that's sort of making me a bit sort of nervous as well. It's like how people sort of see it and how will they respond. I have this with everything I do, even with like jokes. Like I made one a few days ago on a Ghost Cast Bride stream, where there was a bunch of big comments, and I did that on another video previously because they were raising money for charity for Stonewall, I think it was. I basically respond to the big comments the way that I want to be responded to be honest. Like if I'm wrong about something. Because that's really important in trying to get people to empathise and understand. Because without that, I don't think you can ever hope to change anyone. But I remember I said on this one stream in the comments, because it's an archived YouTube stream, someone was saying like, Pride, no thanks, unsubscribed. And I replied to that comment with, if there was a shame month, you'd be in it. And I wasn't sure at first, but apparently that was one of the reasons why someone made a post on the Ghost Cast Reddit. I was like, oh god. And they apparently liked my joke. I think I have over 100 upvotes from that. Yeah. Fuck, I was so nervous about that. I don't like making public comments because sometimes people just turn on me. I'm never sure why. I've actually had a account permanent banned for that once. Yeah. The only other problem with this sort of animated series I'm trying to make, and it's currently just a dream and not a reality yet, is just what to name it as well. Because it's easy enough to sort of try to establish characters, like use life experiences to write things. Funny enough, one of the stories I have is actually insane. I'm not sure if to share it or not because it's so unique. I don't know if I want to. I feel like this is my idea, my dream. Because it's an actual dream that caused the story to even be a thing. It's about like sort of basically debunking the sort of stereotypes that how you judge a person is within their looks. But yeah, I won't go into it further than that. It's stupidly entertaining, the dream that I had about that. It was one of the most progressive dreams I've ever had. I'll never forget that. Yeah, I'm just not sure what to name the series because I think my original name was Ikawa, which is basically reverse for awake, and one of the characters, main characters, which I think will still be that way, is basically a character who reverses as they age. So essentially they're going back in time to an extent. And so that's sort of like the whole reason for it, for that series to exist. It's basically this sort of like villain. Basically, as they get younger, they get wiser. And I think that's an interesting concept that hasn't been done exactly. It probably does exist because there's so many people around. It's just this idea I had that I thought was different. Because that idea actually came around, funny enough, from this conversation I had with one of my friends online. I was talking about how it feels so weird to wake up in the morning when you often don't feel like you remember your sleeping or dreams, but your body remembers it. It's like one of the wackiest fucking things I've ever felt in my life, realising that. I feel that every morning and it's just bizarre every time. Like, I feel like time has passed. My body knows it has. And yeah, like it's just one of the most bizarre feelings ever. And I've wondered like, what's the opposite of that? What would be like feeling like your body's getting younger or something, which is something that you can't actually experience, and that's actually really fucking bizarre as well. I don't know. Yeah, it's just a thing I'm thinking of. There's really not much to it, I guess. I guess I need support a bit. Uh, I'm interested in know if people actually want to see that. It is something that I really want to do. Trust me on this. Like, it's almost as important as my music, and hopefully with time, if I get better with art, I might be able to do it. But I think one of the things I'm struggling with as well is drawing, because I thought about AI generating stuff to make images, but editing them professionally, if you can call it that. And I'm not sure about it. I need to get tested because I don't know what's wrong with my drawing or handwriting for that matter. I can't actually handwrite. I have to get people to do it for me. It's that bad. But yeah, what was I talking about? Fucking medication keeps making me forget things. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out a way to draw things more easily. Thought I could always use a template, but to be honest, that's a bit lazy. I feel like if I use a template all the time, it can be almost repetitive and too similar. And besides, I think one of my unique twists on this, actually, thing that I forgot to mention, is that it will be partly animated. So I've seen before that there's like comic strips where there's like one animated page. I think that's pretty clever. And honestly, I want to see more of that because I think that'll draw more attention to it. I think that's kind of an underutilized part of art, to be honest. It sort of reminds me of this sort of thing in today where people have such short attention spans that they have to have some like gaming video on top of the fucking educational bit. But it's like teaching people algebra or I don't know, like World War Two. And this game with fucking Overwatch on top. Like, it's just insane the sort of world we live in now. God. And when I was young, like, social media was just starting. Like, it wasn't a massive thing back then. Now it is, and it's like, you wonder why people are unhappy. Because there's too much convenience and there's too much fucking information. Yeah. As much as I want to know everything, I can't know that, and yeah, I'll be delusional to think I even can. That's why I try to figure out the properties of life and try to make adjustments and also help other people, help other life for that matter. Like, not even just Earth, as crazy as it sounds. it's also the universe as a whole. Just strive for peace and happiness. Yeah, that's all for that before I get any deeper. So I'm off to meet God now, so see you in another video.